Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. This video is going to be very different than any of the other videos that I have posted in a way. I was just chilling. I was going through some shit, work related. I was thinking about a choice, a decision that I need to make. And I was asking for a sign, for a message, for help in regards to this situation. And so I felt called to the Restless Tarot that I have. And this card came out, which is Will. It is number 11. I just felt called to give this message. Someone needs to hear it. I'm not even wearing my horns. Not wearing anything special. But it's all over the place. Sorry you guys, it's early. I have to take a shower, get ready for work and all that. And I wasn't expecting to be on right now. But yeah, so I feel like other people need to hear this too. This is very important. It's overwhelming. I feel like all of us have been dealing with a lot of energy lately. Whether you're one of the people that has been experiencing a lot of new beginnings or that you have been releasing a lot, whatever the case is. So I'm going to read from the book, which I forgot over there, but I'm going to read from the book what this says, and then I'm going to get into what I felt and something about that. I'm sorry, I actually forgot that book over there. So, again, this video is not how I usually do it. Usually it's a little better, a little more organized. But yeah, so Will. This is the Will card. It says the worm throne. Proper great willpower, pain for gain, and a challenging task dawns. Inverted. Difficulty understanding expectations and goals. Becoming overwrought. Ignoring calls and traveling down more difficult paths than necessary. This is a sign of willpower and productive pain. Beneath this sign, continue suffering towards the goal. Inverted. This is a sign of confusion and loss. Study before moving forward. Now, it does have a few paragraphs in regards to what is the story behind this card, and I'll also go ahead and read that. It says, a young woman fled to the deep woods and came upon a dilapidated manor, almost concealed by weeds. It was an imposing structure, older than she'd ever seen. She called out and heard no response. So she pried the door from the clinging vines and let herself in. Inside, the air was cool and stagnant. She stepped about carefully, seeking any sign of the former inhabitants. She found herself in a dimly lit den with a wooden hatch in the middle of the floor. She tried to lift the hatch, but it would not budge. As she walked deeper into the room, she felt the floor heave beneath her feet and give way, and she dropped through the floorboards into the inky depths below the cabin. A pool of cool water broke her fall. As she rose to the surface, she saw the rotten remains of the wooden ladder that led up to the locked hatch. She swam forward, feet slipping on the stones. Pulling herself from the pit, she recovered with gasping breaths. The water rushed from her clothes in sheets. She attempted to make sense of her new environs and found that she was in a tremendous cave that extended into total darkness. Before her lay a great crater in the ground. She held her aching head and caught her breath. The ground began to shake, and she saw things moving about further along in the chamber. Her eyes struggled to focus. She saw a halo of scintillating light high in the air. As her vision settled, she realized it was not a halo, but a wooden chair glowing with bright light, suspended above the enormous worm. The worm turned to the woman. Her body throbbed as a voice rumbled inside her head. "It is good you found us at this point in your journey." The worm twisted to be nearer to her. "It is not yet too late." As the woman shielded her eyes from the light, she got a strange sense that the voice was not coming from the worm, but from the chair floating above it. Okay, so excuse me while I wipe my nose really quick. All right, so after I read that and I looked at this card, I noticed this is indeed the floating chair with the light, the worms, the cave, the hole, the woman, and this would probably be the water. So I was asking myself, what is it that, what is the message here? I looked and I saw delving deeper into oneself. After reading that, it's making me think of trying to find a new way out, but it's also about realizing that you are where you are, and that is where you are. But there are many challenges ahead. Just because you are where you are right now, I'm getting the sense like, just know that the journey isn't over. I feel like this is obvious, yes, but it's saying things may get harder before they get better. And when I was reading this again, let me just read this one part. This is a sign of willpower and productive pain. Beneath this sign, continue suffering towards the goal. So what this is saying here is to continue. Whatever it is that you're going through, you have to get through it to get to where you need to go, to get to where you want to go. And even amongst the darkness, there is a light, a guidance, a guiding light. I feel like this is, in a sense, our intuition. This is ourselves, or our daemon, our higher self, or the energies that work with us, guiding us through all of the trials and tribulations, all of the tests that we have been facing and dealing with. This card says will. And after reading that and reading the name of this card, will, it made me think to a book that I'm currently reading, which is Apotheosis. by Michael W. Ford. And I just got through reading this part yesterday about the keys to magic. And on page 79, it's will, desire, and belief. Will. Will is the first part to apotheosis, where we find power, right? Power, balance, wisdom, and strength. Let me read what this will part says. It says, movement and active focus, real energy, expended to achieve desire. So it is an active focus. So I feel like what this card is, I just looked up and saw 1111. All right. So I don't have much time left because I have to take shower and get ready for work. But what this is saying to all of us that need to hear this message right now is, don't fear the path that you are on. You're on the right path. You're just facing your shadows. You're just working on the things that are in the way. I'm sorry, I'm all mocosa, you guys, but this is saying to believe in yourself, to take your power back from the situation, to not be afraid of where you are, and to go forward, to charge forward. Will, desire, and belief. What is it that you're trying to do? Ask yourself, are you currently aligning towards that goal? And if you are asking a question about what you should do about a situation in order to achieve that goal. In my case, for example, I have 2 jobs and I am at a point where I am thinking about giving my 2 weeks for one of them in order to give more time and energy to you guys, to what I really want to do. My readings, being creative, being expressive. It's saying that don't stop. Acknowledge where you want to be and align to that. So there's this part of me, I just saw 1331, which is interesting. 13 is the number of the death card. 3 and 1 make 4, and 4 is about stability. Like sometimes you need to release something. Well, you cannot have a new beginning without having an ending to something. There's this part of me that's like the book says, push through. Do I push through and I stay with it? Or do I let it go and give that time to what I really want? And it's like the answers are within you. You know the answer. You know what your heart aligns to, what you really want. And you know what to do in order to move past some of those obstacles. But then you just need to do it. With the widow in reverse, this is the Empress. Do it. You need to have that compassion for yourself enough to continue to strive towards what it is that you want. I feel like I won't have a lot. Oh, shit. Okay, I was going to say I won't have a lot of time to be specific about what I see here, but then I was shuffling and I see the camel and the bear. Okay, and the octopus. So immediately what I'm thinking with the camel is endurance. Camels are used a lot in very deserty areas to help people move things from one place to another, to travel from one spot to another, long distances in the barren desert. This is speaking of endurance to me, right off the bat, just off my mind. Bears are powerful. They're huge, they're strong, they're intelligent, they can climb, they're fast. You don't want a bear to be, coming towards you. This is, to me, speaking of balance. Light and dark, they're facing in opposite directions. One is a moon, one is a sun. I just realized that too. This is about continuing to find that balance within yourself. The octopus underneath, making me think of multitasking, but making me think of focus. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but focus, that will, that desire, that intention, that belief into what it is that you want, to find balance, to move forward past the trials and tribulations. Dolphin is speaking about being kind to yourself, loving yourself, being there for yourself. Be your number one friend. Let me see, I'm going to pull from the dragons. Nutrition. If you've been concerned about your health, then it's time to also focus, bring that into focus and alignment. Let's see, we have air chalice. Air chalice, air in tarot are the swords, which is about thoughts, words, actions. This is saying align your thoughts and your actions towards what you want. And if there's anything in the way, anyone or anything in the way of the path that you know that you want or that you need, that you need to do what's right for you, in finding clarity, and then taking that action. Will. I'll read it again if I have time. Hopefully my phone doesn't just shut off the video. Movement and active focus. Real energy expended to achieve desire. All right. So, I don't know who else needs to hear that. But it had to come out, had to come through. So I hope that this message helps someone who may be going through a similar thing that I'm going through, or whatever it is that you're going through. Will, desire, and belief. So keep striving, keep moving towards your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Know that you're on the right path and that you're doing great. And don't give up. Continue to realize and catch yourself in regards to what it is that you need to work on in order to achieve that desire. You have to believe in yourself and be there for yourself first and foremost. All right, you guys? So, yeah, I'll see you guys soon. To give you a little heads up about something, last week I wanted to do for the reading, but I wasn't able to, is about shadow work. So if you're in need of that, stay tuned for the